Where is Devin Haney at, guys? I've been saying on this channel for a while, he needs to get active. I need to see him back in the ring. Obviously, there were talks about him fighting Teofimo Lopez. That fell through. According to Teo, he sent in an offer for over $2 million as a guarantee. Teo was going to get 55% of the purse, and then Devin would walk away with a guaranteed 45% of whatever they made. So it's, you know, a little bit weird. I don't know if I blame Devin for not taking that. I've said that in a past video because Devin's been making, you know, like 20 to 30 ever since that Ryan Garcia fight. And then he's going from that to, you know, like a guaranteed 2. It sounds a little crazy, especially because Teo and Devin is a big fight in my opinion. I think that fight sells a lot, more than a lot of people think. That's too exciting. You know, characters and their fathers would definitely make that fight an interesting, you know, promotion and lead up for that fight. But ultimately, you know, we do need to see Devin back in the ring. I've heard a little bit of rumors from, you know, friends of mine, trainers, that Devin did, you know, make some moves in negotiations, but that kind of like fell through. He didn't end up pursuing any of that. But I think we need to see him. I think we need to see how he's doing, because that's how we can base, you know, whether or not he can still contend with legit, you know, 140s, 147 pounders, because I still think he's a great boxer, but we need to see how he looks. You know, we don't know if he's training. We don't know if he's, you know, in shape, out of shape. I'd like to think that he's training. I'd guess that he's training, but ultimately he really does need to get back into the mix of things, because boxing moves fast, and then you don't want to have a performance when you're like, it's already been a year since I've fought. You know, you start to blame things on inactivity. So I don't expect that from a guy like Devin Haney, but it's definitely not something that's uncommon. You know, we see a lot of fighters, great talents, guys like Earl Spence, you know, they fight, they take a beating, and then you don't see them for a while. Or, you know, some fighters, they become rusty and they blame it on the inactivity. So that's more what I'm alluding to for Devin Haney. That's stuff that I hope doesn't happen to him, stuff that he should avoid by any means. And I think if it means getting in the ring with somebody, you know, maybe not a big name and someone without power, I think that's fine. You know, as long as they're not the biggest puncher in the world. I just don't like that for Devin. You know, who am I to say Devin should do this, Devin should do that? But ultimately, like, if you're just looking at it, let's say you're his matchmaker, are you going to put him, you know, straight in there with another guy that can crack? Would you put him straight into the Ryan Garcia rematch? I wouldn't, because I feel like when you take that much of a beating, it's difficult. Like, how can you really be the same? Or at least in your return fight, in your immediate get back fight, how are you gonna expect yourself to be the same fighter that you were, you know, prior to that beating? It's impossible. You'd have to take these steps. And when I say these steps, you got to get back in the gym. You got to start, you know, getting sparring work and start feeling these shots getting landed on you, so that you can kind of build your confidence and say, okay, I can take a shot. I can take it on, you know, the shoulders, the arms. And then when you take a little one to the head, you don't, you know, feel that sense of like shell shock or trauma anymore, that PTSD. Because I do believe that Devin, you know, dealt with some trauma from that fight, because he had never dealt with that before, because he's used to having his way. He's used to beating and outclassing his opponents. But when he fought against somebody who was just as young as him, just as talented, and hit harder, we saw what happened. And I just feel like, you know, Osterine did probably play a factor in that, but even so, a beating is a beating. And I think Devin, he just needs to get active. I think we just need to see him, whether it's a Sander Martin or a Richardson Hitchens, somebody that boxes but isn't, you know, a deadly puncher would be ideal for him. There were talks about, you know, him and Oscar Duarte. That fell through. There were talks about him and Raymond. That was more so a while ago. But, you know, like the Sander Martin fight, that's a fine fight for him to take. Richardson and Hitchens, you know, you don't have to really worry about one shot put you to sleep, because Devin, you know, is definitely thinking about that. It's only normal that fighters think about that after taking a beating. And, you know, you often wonder, because most fighters aren't the same after they take a beating. So I'm curious to see how Devin's looking, if he's training, if he's staying active, staying in shape and all that. I hope he is, because, you know, I think he is an exciting fighter in my opinion. I like watching Devin. I like, you know, hearing his trash talk, what him and his dad have to say, you know, how they move and take fights on their own, not really sticking with any specific promotional company. I like the way they move, but you know, I wouldn't like to see him against a big puncher in his return fight, but he definitely has to get active in the sport. It's been a while since we've seen him. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. Who should Devin Haney fight next? I like Richardson Hitchens. I like, Who else do I like Devin Haney fighting? Yeah, I said Sandor Martin, Jack Catterall, maybe Liam Paro. Any of these names really, you know, that you don't have to worry about that Ryan Garcia or Tank Power or even a T.O. I don't know how I feel about T.O. For Devin either. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys on the next Nabs Boxing video. Peace. That's going to do it for another Nabs Fight Media video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy, Matt Nabong, with another video. Hope you guys enjoyed it all. Thank you guys for the constant support. Salute to y'all always. It's been your boy.